I mentioned, did I not, Letitia James being perhaps the only one besides AOC that would like to see that guy elected mayor. She does not like Andrew Cuomo, and she also really doesn't like Elon Musk. Elon Musk is now suing Letitia. He's targeting her in this new lawsuit that X has against Letitia James, and I think it's just fantastic. Absolutely, positively great. And you know what? He's going to win. He's going to win because I'm going to tell you this right here, right now. It's already been fought out in the courts. Just look at what happened in California. X sued California because the California AG was trying to argue a similar thing. But, you know, Letitia can't take a hint. She's going to have her own crack at Elon and all social media companies. So now she's trying to demand that there's all these regulations surrounding what's misinformation, disinformation, et cetera. And she wants to be able to control that. And he's like, no way, Jose, you're not going to control that. This is my platform. I'm an independent company. Gosh, she really thinks she can insert herself, does she not, guys? Into independent companies and what they do. Think about Deutsche Bank and one Donald Trump. Same kind of scenario. She thinks she can actually determine the valuation of Mar-a-Lago rather than the bank that's trying to make the loan. I mean, that one, man, oh man, it's just unbelievable. And I'm disgusted with the appellate court for not having come out with a decision on that one because it needs to be thrown out and needs to be thrown out fast. But I'm telling you, she's got no shot on this. And we know this because we have this little thing called the First Amendment. Do we not? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right for peaceful assembly, etc. You know the First Amendment. I know the First Amendment. Apparently, Letitia doesn't know the First Amendment. She doesn't know it at all. But, you know, Elon has talked about this before because there's this effort, if you would, on behalf of the Democrat Party to control what you hear, what you see, what you know. It's one of the reasons why he bought X. Look at what he put out when California and X were going at this. John Kerry is in the headlines there at Daily Wire. John Kerry, quote, if Democrats win, we can, quote, change First Amendment to fight, quote, disinformation is the headline. And he writes that the Democrat Party is openly stating that they want to change the Constitution and that they want to end free speech. It's pretty clear because I'm pretty sure we heard this from AOC just last week, actually. She, too, wants to change the rules, much like Letitia James, around free speech. Watch.
You know, I do think that several members of Congress in some of my discussions have brought up media literacy because that is a part of what happened here. And we're going to have to figure out how we rein in our media environment so that you can't just spew disinformation and misinformation. It's one thing to have differing opinions, but it's another thing entirely to just say things that are false. And so that's something that we're looking into.
Oh, yeah, you're looking into. You see, they want to require social media companies like X to have some kind of processing and reporting to the AG, because the AG, you know, Letitia James is going to be the one to be the final arbiter of what's truth, what's not truth, what's misinformation, disinformation, etc. And X is saying, no, we're not going to do this. And I'm going to point out that X tried this and won. They're in the state of California. So again, this is kind of big news. We talked about this a little bit on Friday. I just want to put it on your radar because it's going to heat up in time. This is an important lawsuit in terms of protecting our freedom of speech. But for whatever reason, this woman, Letitia, just loves to burn through cash and she wants to burn through taxpayer money there in New York. She needs to get voted out. Talking about people getting voted out. She really does. Here is what I was just telling you about. Last fall, a panel of federal appellate judges blocked portions of the California law, at least temporarily, on free speech grounds. The state subsequently settled, agreeing not to enforce the content moderation reporting requirements. Why? Because you can't. Because there's something called the First Amendment. So Letitia James has no problem violating the First Amendment. She has no problem trying to take her political enemies and bankrupt them, as we saw her do over and over again with Donald Trump. That was her mandate. And she made it really clear. I mean, she campaigned on it. She told us she didn't, but my gosh, we've run all the tape. You've seen all the tape ad nauseum. She certainly campaigned on it. And now when people are like, well, what are you doing? Why are you going after this? Especially in light of everything getting struck down by the court. Most recently, what did we learn? We learned that yes, in fact, Donald Trump can nationalize or federalize the National Guard in moments when he needs to. And California can't say squat about it, right? That just was decided last week on Friday by the Ninth Circuit. It's going to be decided again for New York because she's made it her thing to take it up again in the court. And it's like, honey, this stuff has already been decided. Why do you keep going back over and over again? And she says, I'm going back. This is why you got me in here. This is my job to keep going back.
And you want me to sit in my seat and stand idly by and allow this craziness to happen? You can come after me if you want, but you elected me to stand up. You elected me to use the law. You elected me to go to court. You elected me to continue to challenge this administration. You elected me to stand up for the least of God's children. You elected me to continue fighting on. And I will fight on.
So this is the latest and greatest fighting on here, deciding to go after Elon Musk. And he counters this with a lawsuit against her. So Elon is targeting New York and Letitia James. And I'm telling you, I'll make the prediction right here, right now, that he is going to win. She is so far out over her skis yet again. I mean, this one really, I mean, you talk about voting people out. This one really needs to get voted out. And maybe she will. I mean, as we look at some of the poll information on her, she is certainly challenged.